yourself, how do they sing that? Well, nobody woke up that way. I wasn't born that way. It takes practice, and there are certain strategies to help you to sing certain phrases and certain styles. And I'm going to go over one that some of you have specifically asked for, and that is how to sing a run. So one of my favorite songs that I perform, you can see I performed it here at one of my student recitals just a couple of years ago, is Think of Me from The Phantom of the Opera by Andrew Lloyd Webber. One of my absolute favorite songs to sing and perform. And one of the reasons is because I love singing high. I love holding out high notes, and there is a awesome B flat at the end of this song, and it's just one of my favorites. If you are someone who wants to learn how to sing high, I have a free training that you can implement right away and sing better today. So grab that in the description below so you can grab my free training and start implementing that. It is a strategy that will help you sing better tonight. But leading up to that B flat is a run and a more melismatic passage, as you might say, that's really more for like a coloratura type voice, which I do not have. You would call my voice more of a lyric. So that just means that my voice enjoys singing a note and holding it out for a really long time. And that's why I enjoy singing this high B flat at the end. But leading up to that, I have had to do a great deal of work and practice to get that melismatic passage. So here's the first thing. Use a syllable to help you through that melismatic passage, and use a syllable that starts with a plosive consonant. So we're going to first take this step by step. So when you start practicing this, we're just going to go slow and make it staccato, and I want you to sing this on ba. Ba, 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 ba. That's it. And then just take that chunk and go over that 5 times. We'll just do it one more time. Ba, 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 ba. Now, the second little section here goes like this. Ba, 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 ba. So let's do that a second time, nice and slow on that ba. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, this next section is the hardest for sure. There's several, well, more than several, many 16th notes here that we have to articulate. We're going to take this very slow on that same ba. Ba, 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 ba. Let's do that again. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, that's really the entire run leading up to that high B flat. So let's just go through that, and as you do this, you're going to get a little bit faster. Stay on that ba. The ba really helps you to articulate those individual notes. We don't want them to kind of like run into each other, and that's what tends to happen. And we can't hear those individual notes. So use that ba to help you with that. Here we go. Let's try that again. Ba, 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 ba. And now to the next one. Ba, 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 ba. And now the next one. Ba, 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 ba. Let's do it again. And this time we're just going to keep this going and keep that break in between each little phrase shorter and shorter until we can put all of it together. One more time, just like that. So the idea here is eventually we're going to be able to sing this a cappella. without having someone playing the piano for you or even singing it with an accompaniment. Because in this particular song, the accompaniment part drops out, and then you, as the singer, get to sing this with your own kind of tempo with a little bit of freedom, if you will, as we lead into that last big chord. So let's try that a cappella without the piano. Here's the starting pitch. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. All right, a couple of my notes are probably a little bit off. I would want to go back and fine tune that, make sure I'm really in the center of the pitch for each one of those notes. Now, eventually we're going to sing this on an ah vowel. So as we start transitioning to that ah, I want to make sure that you're not starting each ah with a glottal attack. A glottal attack means that we're forcing those vocal folds together. Ah, 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 ah. That's going to be really hard on the voice, and it just doesn't create the right kind of sound that we want for a song from the Phantom of the Opera. So instead, I want you to start this with a little bit of an opening between your vocal folds. And if you need something to help you with that, start with a little bit of an H. Ha, ha, ha. H. And as you keep working on this, eventually we want to have a silent H. So you kind of think the H, if you will, as you start the note, but we're not actually going to release that air to create the H sound. Like this. That's really where we're going. Even as I'm singing this, you could probably tell that getting my voice to move quickly like this is not my forte. It's not my strong suit. But that's why I really like breaking this down and starting with that ba. Putting that ba in between each of these syllables really helps me to get my voice moving in this type of way. So the last note is going to be that B flat. And let's see if we can put the whole thing together. So the word that we're singing is the title of the song, Think of Me. But we don't have to do anything to change that vowel. In fact, keep it that nice open ah vowel, and that's going to make it easier for you to sing that B flat. And then I do like to put a little glissando as you're coming down. Of me. And then those last two notes, of course, we're singing of me. So I'll sing that one more time for you from the beginning of that. And that's how you sing a run.